So there was something about in the dispatch board, Gene, where you talked about people dropped off.
Yeah, that's still gonna happen.
So,
Yeah, so Don, what I'm talking about there is if this activity line was actually scheduled on 2/1/18, and I'm looking at it this way, my view right now is from 3 to 7, and this stuff is way back that way.
You have to go back to 2/1.
no, you're there right there.
Oh, I saw Flip in there a second
Yeah.
ago, so he did it back on Thursday.
But it's sitting there as an incompleted task.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's the same functionality. I mean, that makes sense that it's gonna be like that. So then, Don, one other thing, and I don't mean to jump, but I'm kind of excited right now. This is my meat and my potatoes.
well, let's not get too carried away because as I stated,
Oh, no gravy?
there's another dispatch board I want you to see.
Oh, yeah, right.
You know,
Oh,
and
that-
then, but I do want you to kind of compare this one to that one and see which bells and whistles, because the field connects, hooks onto this and has some of its own functionality. Does that make sense?
It does.
So we're going to have a choice at some point in time here in the future, which dispatch board we want to use.
Yeah.
The one that has the tablet, which is piggybacking and is kind of the same as this, but they have just a couple different.
It's
Not on a computer. It's only on
Is
tablet.
there parameters though to put the guys across? and
Well,
the dates down?
usually the person that is maintaining the field connects has a home look at the thing as well. Does that make
It's all on
sense?
the computer.
That's
Yeah,
correct.
I mean, we have that right
You know,
now. I look at
So
the board
you've got the
differently than
mothership on
email.
your PC running that app that everybody has on the tablet, you know, to administer it would be the thing. And so, but it has a lot of the same stuff, but a little bit different.
But
Now-
you configure this board at all? Because you have the guys going across the top and the dates going down?
No,
This is the way it is.
yeah, days and people that.
So,
This is good, though. This is fine. Is there again, I appreciate that could be different than the other overlay, but is there a place for me to be able to see, so for example, I changed this from that date to a different date. Can I go in there and see who all is screwed around with this
transactions?
history? Transaction history.
Yeah, I think we were told there was going to be.
Because that's a big, in the world of us, one of the things that happens is a customer calls and says, you know what, I need Brian to come on the 1st, not the 2nd. So somebody changes it to the
So
1st, but then we never know who did it.
Come over here, to here. Go to headquarters, it's just up here a tad. Let's go to reports. The second one called HQ Audit Detail. In the beginning table, hit F4 and type in SM and scroll down. I'm looking for SM trips.
Way down.
Just scroll down there. There's a whole bunch of stuff here. So what we're looking at
I
here,
didn't see any trips in that. We're not there
No,
yet.
right
There
there.
it is.
SM trip, say okay. So this is Vista Big Brother. Every table that we're in, put in T for today's date and hit preview. So what this audit report is doing, cancel out of here for a sec. Hit F4 on your username. Where are you? Say okay. Hit preview. Cancel out here for a sec.
That just means I didn't do a dang thing today. Don't let John see that report.
Do me a favor, pop in.
Just like it looks like every other day.
Oops, I'm sorry.
That's all right. Hit the work order. And in this, hit refresh. Click into here for just a second. I just want one cell right there.
I'm
Oh, this is fine. Hit F3. So I just want to make sure I'm in the, so by table, it's supposed to be giving me an audit trail of my SM trip.
I guess where we used to go, when someone clocked on, you see who clocked them on, who clocked them off.
Well,
who
maybe
changed
there's a
time,
bigger
who did-
brother. Maybe this is too finite of a detail right here.
Cancel out here for just a second.
Anxious way to get to it, but we gotta see the underlying.
We can see it right there.
This,
Just so too big what activity there.
right here.
I mean, just.
But on the
I'm
audit,
logged on as me on my computer and I clocked them on, it said clocked up at OFGP or something, you know what I mean? You could see the whole
Last month.
transaction.
Well, all of that's gonna come from your tablet anyway, but, so go to
Tablet
SM
tablet.
Company parameters.
he does that when I
Wasn't
don't
using
click
it.
quick enough.
He's talking about, yeah, exactly.
Okay, so what's happening here is, this is all the audit options the system's going behind the scenes and keeping track of.
All of those.
And I hit calls, but I don't see trips on here, on this little audit options, so.
But
They
this
have
is-
a report culture. Yeah, that's weird.
That's that little audit trail I was looking for, and it says SM trip isn't on here, it's say,
Can I see what the work orders one though? Because I think that, trips might be too low of a detail for me, for what I really want.
so go back to this report. Now instead of SM trip, hit F4. Type in SM one more time. So it has to be a table that we're tracking audit stuff on, so SM
Work order.
work
Yeah.
order's way to the bottom. And
Work.
it's the header down here. See where it says work order? That's the kind of the header information, so, okay? Now hit preview.
It just doesn't think I exist.
Well,
One
you didn't change any, well, maybe you
Yeah.
did.
Generated all of the, I would like to,
today, and cancel out of here.
but we,
3/1/18 for you in the work order table.
but I did some yesterday too, right? So what if I went, oh, it doesn't like that. It doesn't like that when I do that.
It's cool.
I'm cold. I am cold all over.
+1.
Let's do.
Sorry, I had to clear that.
Once it starts cooling down outside, then it's, the chill comes with that.
Cancel out here for a second. Can you move yourself out of there for just a second? So this should give us anybody who touched any work order for the last 3 days.
Do you remember, so we have this Washington State, which that's our main state sales tax. And then you have each of the individual cities. Do you remember if we had
So for the
decided that we were gonna
inputs.
set up and maintain these? as
Well, let me look into this.
Okay.
We should be able to run an audit report
Multi-level,
on all those and
basically
see
take the Washington
who
State
changed and who was in there and,
Yeah,
and what
okay.
happened.
I think it exists in the backside, we just aren't quite getting
Because
to it.
work orders is part of this little audit thing right in there. We'll just have to figure out what's going on with that. Okay, so cancel
I
out
don't
here
remember.
for a second.
P&L tax stuff?
Okay,
No.
so go to your work order.
Okay, so here we are in the work order that we released from the quote.
I'd have to look
Right?
back through video or
Yeah.
something.
We kind of divided it up.
Yeah, I don't know if that, if
Yeah.
it's been converted.
How would this,
Probably not.
okay, so this isn't the tool I'm gonna use to page this call out to my text.
No, it's,
And I don't wanna
and
start
we're not
sending-
sure whether
I
you're
need to
gonna
know what
use
codes.
this functionality yet or the
I
dispatch
wanna
board
send
with
them all
field
one
connects.
night and then I
But
go back and
if you
change
go to
it.
the dispatch board,
Gotcha.
Like I have to do the crack class.
so here's today, you can right click on that. And I can notify people,
Which
I
think
can
I got
accept it, I can
through
say they're en
all
route
of
and it's gonna
those
change colors of
settings.
things.
The next
So,
step is basically go
right now it's an open one, that little blue
and
thing.
assigning
If you
all
hit
of the
notify,
files to all the
now,
different-
they have to have an email address
Gotcha.
on their employee setup in payroll to be able to email that stuff.
And that's just not set up yet.
He doesn't have that, but it wants to email that information from Vista's work order to Brian, but it says he doesn't have one, okay? So say, okay, but right click. So you can notify, that you can change it to notified, you can accept, So there's a little thing saying, hey, when did I notify him that he had to go somewhere?
Is that like, when did I page him
This
the
is
call?
normally for our people that are running around and they get a hot call. Like, how often do you have something where they're not scheduled to go something and
Every
somebody
single
goes?
day.
This is
Lots of
where
times.
that comes into play.
So I could say at
It's military time.
All the information there?
So, afternoon, you gotta go 1,300, 1,400, 1,500 hours after lunch. So it's all military time.
I did it for you.
So that little tiny stripe up there is my color change?
Yeah,
No,
the
no,
blue
no,
colors.
I'm saying.
What do these other
Yeah,
colors
so I
mean, Don?
Put it.
Um,
And that little dot?
Form.
that one, oh, that's the priority. Remember we had, high, medium, and low priorities?
Okay.
Those are some priorities.
So, Don,
So-
real fast,
Yeah.
on that audit thing, on SM Trip, I just pulled it up in SQL.
Mhm.
And it gives me the information of the person that changed it, what they changed, the open date, the open time of when they did it and everything. So there is an audit trail.
I know, and that report's supposed to be pulling
It's
that
not pulling that data.
HQ audit. and-
So what I can do is make sure that report, when to customize it, make sure it's pulling those right fields, because it is there.
But you would think
You can't
that there's
see it.
gotta be
It
a
is.
trail in all of it, there should be audit trail in all of it with simple, normal stuff.
And there is in the back end, obviously, but that front end report, I don't know what it's.
Yeah, we'll have to figure out why, but you should be able
It
to
should-
grab the table, range on the person.
Yep.
If you want to, and the time frame, and though it's querying that data right there.
Can you range on just a work order number?
I can.
Far
It
out.
has it on there, yeah.
Far out.
So wait a minute, there's, so these colors are based on priority?
No, that dot is based on priority, the others are based on status.
Yeah, the status open, notified, en route,
Where do
arrived.
you get the legend for the colors?
Where is that little help file on that? Where's that help file? Now, I'll find it for you. And they got different colors over in field views on their little things because it works kind of the same with a little bit different colors. But we'll get you a legend for that because I know it's somewhere.
It used to be on some of these screens, that sometimes it pop up and you could see the
What's
legend.
under options? Have we even clicked that yet? Have you?
Hit options. This is how, there's not a ton under here. How many do you want to display? And font sizing. So it's really, people are asking for a lot more board
Put
features.
18.
And in the coming things, this thing's going to have a lot more flexibility. So that's one of the things in the new ones is more flexibility to adjust how your dispatch board looks and behaves.
Change that font
But
size.
right now, it's
Yeah.
not really doing much as far as, what you see is kind of what you get here.
And that change there, Don, is that specific to my view, or is that a global
No,
change?
that's just you. So other people can have little funky options for how they
But
want.
we talked about call center, what was it call center, what was it? No, what was the thing where you talked about, I want them all in one versus you could have pure water versus HVAC or plumbing?
What he's talking about, go to Vista at the bottom. This dispatch board is the global dispatch board. If you go to dispatch board setup right below the dispatch board, you launch the dispatch board doing this. So I could have a dispatch board called Pure Water. Then I would only assign the technicians from Pure Water to the Pure Water dispatch board. So the one that's called dispatch board is global, all active technicians, everything. If I wanted to, by default, the one has all. So what you want to do here is do like pure water, and then just grab the pure plumbing
No,
and just the people. So the master board has everything. This would be a subset of the big board with just certain technicians that can do certain things like pure water or whatever.
What's the query? Link boards together?
or I suppose, John, when I had four
Click on that
dispatchers, because we
query.
were giant, and I could have a north, south,
Those are
east,
little, I
west.
think, inquiries you can
Yeah,
create
that's what I'm saying.
that are
So
little things
I'm
that
thinking
arrange
about that,
tables
or
to
if
see
you just want to
things
look at-
on the back. So you can have these little queries.
I'm also thinking, does she want to see all of the Brad and those guys there, where she could see most of her people all?
Is there a place where that's a good question, John, is there a place where we change the order of it? Because I don't
These are
really,
alphabetical, and could we have them by the trade or by the group, or?
No, they're just kind of going in there alphabetically right now. And that's why you have multiple dispatch boards. The master one only does by alphabetically with everybody. So if you want to group them by other things, then that's why people have different boards.
How do
So
how do you
if I-
call
And
it
that,
board?
that
Is it-
groups them.
If I had a
Fairly easy.
different board, can I just use all my guys but change the way I look at them? So.
Yeah.
But
It's all the same data. It's just, and how many boards do you want up and how do you want them grouped?
But if I just want one, okay, so I get,
This is the
my
master
master,
board.
right?
This
So I
is-
make
this-
my sub-master called Jean's board,
Mhm.
and it still has 18 guys on it, but instead of looking at it in alphabetical order, I look at it by all my plumbers together and all my dudes together.
Options. If
So
you
don't
go-
shake your head at me like that, I
Well,
don't like that.
I'm telling you, we don't have many options right now. You know, if this said sort by technician Gene's way, I'd be like,
Okay, but
yeah,
how are you-
this is where I can have
Hold on,
different.
how are you creating other boards though? If I wanted to do it by craft, where I had plumbers board, an HVAC board, a pure water board, so that I could go to any one of those at any time.
What do you want me to put?
Go to cancel, go to the setup, let's just create one. Because that's why I looked at that queries tab, because with a query, we kind of could, if it applies a query to the board, then we kind of could do that.
So go to the bottom
Go to the bottom of what? This?
of Vista, main
Oh,
menu,
sorry.
and go to your setup, dispatch board setup. So this is where I create a new dispatch board, and you could call this
Do
whatever,
pure water, so.
plumber, pure
Jean's
water.
special board.
There you
Oh,
Okay.
pure water. Let's do special.
No, I want my own special one for right now.
Okay, technicians. So now F4, now I'm building my board and I'm only adding Gene's favorite people to this board. And if it was pure water, I'd only be grabbing my 6, 5, 4, 3, how many pure water guys you got?
go. Say she wanted to bring all of them in.
So I'm bringing them all over, except for not the, oops, not
I don't
the
think
weird
there's a shift
things.
thing. You have to do
No,
one at a
alright.
time.
I have to do it one at a time, or?
Yes, okay,
You can't do ranges or click and control and hit all of them? No, space them
say
right?
okay,
Hmm.
F4. So like I said, I grab all the pure water guys, if this was a pure water board, and I'd call it pure water board, and I wouldn't be surprised when all my pure water guys popped up. But the functionality is the same as everyone. It's just a subset of the master board.
Mhm.
Because now you're saying, hey, I don't want to see these guys or these guys and what work orders, but it doesn't change the data, but it just changes the selection and the grouping.
I totally get that, but what I'm.
Am I just
keying in
deleting it
on
from my board?
Yes.
Is the queries tab.
Yeah.
So right now on our all board, it's blank. We're not using any queries to change data around, massage it, to do anything, filter or anything.
Stacy DeRoan's in there.
So I'm wondering if I create a custom
I can only
query
take
that
one at a
applies
time.
to this board, that I index them differently and I go by the index range. Does that make sense? Don?
Yeah, so we can try that. Yeah.
I'm thinking maybe there's some functionality there.
Yep. So,
Okay.
okay, so now I'd say,
I'm gonna change this because my
Okay.
boss is yelling at me.
no, that's good. Okay,
I feel much better about
I
that.
know you do. Okay, oh,
okay, go to queries.
Yes.
sorry, guys.
No, you're good. Go to the queries tab.
Why is Gene's board still there?
Because he created two.
It's
It's the primary key.
Can I do that?
Yep.
now pure water, go to your technicians. You change the primary key.
So let's go to Gene's board. Yep, we're gonna use this one. Go to queries. Okay.
F4.
Yep.
Hit setup. This is VP
So yeah, we could.
query.
I could create an index on here, basically, build a query, add an ID field, and number them however I want, and ascend by that number, so you can get them in whatever order you want.
I don't think that matters if you just have 4 pure water guys. you
So
can see them all
cancel
there.
out of here. So the only other thing now, cancel out of here. So you don't have any guys in yours. Did you see what happened there,
Yeah.
Gene? You saved it, then you changed your name and hit save, so it has 2. You got nothing in the pure water
In the
one.
pure water
Gene's
one.
got 4 guys in hers.
Right.
So
Jean
cancel.
didn't have any guys in hers.
Don't delete it.
No, she didn't. Oh, she did.
Yeah, no, I know what I did.
Yeah, so
Can
cancel
you
out of
just
here for
rename it
just
and
a
delete
sec.
the other one?
Now launch your dispatch board right above it. And now that you have a choice, it's saying, do you want to grab the default master with all of them? Let's grab Gene's. Launch. And now you got 4 guys in this. Because it's a custom one and the data is pulling from the same place, but now it's different views of the same data, but now you're minimized to just 4 guys.
And
So
it
did it go
shows,
in the order that you put them in, or did it reascend it?
Alphabetic.
It's all alphabetical.
no, yeah,
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
But isn't that the way you put them in your list?
it's not.
Oh, it's not. Okay.
Yeah,
I had Shane above.
that's one of the
Stacy.
things they want to customize on that options thing is let's group them by this or that. And right
So we have
now,
to do that
it's,
query.
it's putting them in alphabetical.
So if we go back real fast, just for shits and giggles.
Yeah,
Let me see real
it's crazy that they don't have a
Wanna try
craft where you can put all the craft guys the same together.
I want to try something real fast. And we're under 7, we still have it open.
Just push it up. No, pretty.
Okay.
She's got it right there, just below.
Yeah, but all you gotta do is have more boards and go to the top of that click and say, give me my journeyman, and bam, it'll journey them, or give me my plumbers, and bam.
Yeah.
So I can have as many boards as I want, to get me to the same place. Now, this is a,
Scary,
That's going into
scary
those,
little
Yeah, I see.
yeah, right click, filter bar, and you'll be able to find your SM queries, what is SM?
SM. For dispatch, it's not having one, so I have to create a new one.
Yeah,
But in there, we could change the order. We could change
I don't
these
think you
in
need
order.
to.
Okay, well, just letting you know the options there.
Again, the way our Excel, big lookout, not the board on the thing, but it's got all the plumbers together, it's got all the HVAC.
so Gene,
guys,
open up your dispatch board.
You can look at
So,
what you're.
when you go to that, oops, okay, you see the all up top, hit your
Yeah.
down arrow. So if I do need multiple versions of that, hit refresh dispatch board, and I can see your other choices
Yeah,
there.
those, the other choices were on the other one.
Well, here, cancel out here, let's launch again, just to get your fresh dispatch board launch. I can have a bunch of these and hit launch, and then when I'm in there, hit your little down arrow. You can have your journeyman board or your whatever, you can kind of flip, you can flip to flip to flip. And they're already alphabetical, but they'll be grouped so you can see them in different.
That
fashions.
works right there.
That's what I'm saying, so if you want to just look at, schedule an HVAC call, I can see that and less people on the board and everything else right there to do that. And
Can I just, yeah, that works right there.
Yeah, we can group them according to the dispatch board.
Yeah,
By craft, I think, just each.
And then still see a global view of all.
Yeah.
You got everything right there.
yep, that works.
Now, the only thing it does is change just who's on there. All the calls, unassigned, and everything else are all the same on the left.
Data. It's
Well,
just
because look at this, John, this
how you're
is,
filtering and viewing that dispatch
this
board.
is
of all
Gene's
the data.
special board right here, and I've got these 4 dudes, and I have these jobs that are in progress over here. And those are assigned, and they are on a board for somebody else, but it's not these
I'm
dudes.
telling you, it's because it's all the same data on the left, because it's not on the board. This is all unassigned calls, it's not on anybody's
That's what
board.
I'm saying.
So, every board you pulled up, it's gonna be the same on the left until you put them on the board.
Okay.
That's neat.
No,
Cool.
those are already on the board, look.
Yeah, they're signed.
Okay.
They're
Yeah,
signed.
so at least you can poke around here a little bit until like
Oh,
maybe
in
next week
progress.
when we talk
Yeah.
in field connects. And then you can start comparing boards, but at least you'll be able to know, here was my board do. I can do this and this. And then we can decide which board is
I'm
more
getting the hint that
fully functional.
many people think the other board's better than your board.
Well, since it's part of the dispatching and the tablet thing, they're talking together pretty darn nicely is kind of my
So that board
feedback.
doesn't talk with the tablet board?
Oh, it does.
It does too, okay.
But the other one was specifically designed by the people that have the tablet. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So, I mean, but I'm not saying both of them won't work, but
And that's
I
a lot
want,
of focus
I don't want to
on-
spend too much
Just
time
rename
saying
the
this
other
is the
one
way to
because
go
it has a text in it.
before we see the other options.
Yeah.
Okay, just because of the way life is. She says, let me get my pure water guys on here so I can clean up my boards.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
I just,
And to get rid of
I would
that
just
other-
rename the other one and just punted the one that didn't have them.
And we still gotta get through our, process here, because all we've done is dispatch somebody.
Okay.
That's where we've stopped.
So now, let's go to the next logical steps so that we can
Quick,
see
one more quick thing.
what the processing of work orders goes on next.
Okay.
So let's save, and good job.